I too am very pleased to be able to be here tonight. And you're going to witness tonight the culmination of over 30 years of international study on the part of Washington and Jefferson College students. The first overseas trips that took place were with Dr. Dodge and with John Mark Scott. None of you were around for that. In fact, your parents might not have been around for that. After that, Peter Scutch is in the English department, and he has been long since passed from the department of English, took trips to London. And then later on, Hugh Taylor in the art department took a number of trips to Italy and to the Middle East, exposing our students to the international cultures. At that time, when they were giving their trips, we were very much a Eurocentric institution, and that is, everything was centered around Europe. Over the years, because of the efforts of Professors Dodge and John Mark Scott, Hugh Taylor, Peter Scutches, and then Dr. Edward Greb, we have managed to broaden out, and now, because of the influence to a very great extent of Dr. Greb, we are now in Asia and doing quite well in terms of sending our students there. You may not know the complexity of planning for these trips. And I want to, tonight is going to be sort of a reflection on this. It's probably one of the unique colleges in the United States to be able to have this kind of a presentation. But these trips are very complex and difficult to organize. I want to first recognize probably that one of the key players in terms of getting you over there and getting you back. And that is the guy in the yellow shirt back here. I hope that's yellow. Jeff Bettler. If you ended up stranded in some foreign country, it's Jeff who will launder the money to get you back. Jeff, seriously, all of the trips owe you a tremendous amount of thanks. And whether you're on a Magellan intersession trip using the Greb Fund or any other kind of experience abroad, Mr. Bettler is one of your primary players, and you've probably never even seen him on campus. Go with me. Also, Professor Greb has something he would like to say. Ed, if you would come up here, please. Our ability to go to Japan is very much due to Professor Greb, but also we have a support system that you are not aware of. And this is a support system out of Penn State University, or not Penn State University, but State College of Coralie and Schick and Jonathan Philippi. If you three would please come up here. Boy, we were talking about the students shuffling in.
I'm sorry. It's a way of noise.
Okay. These are our coordinating team who organize all the trips. Jonathan spent 13 years in Samakawa. You will, before too long, see a website on W&J's web page for W&J in Japan. And it's very largely due to these three people and their contacts within the city of Samakawa that we've been able to do that. Ed, go ahead.
They are fantastic. Well, we started going to Japan a number of years ago, and we had homestay in various parts of Japan. We had homestay down in Kyushu, and then gradually we moved up and we began to have homestay in Tokyo. And by homestay, I mean the very first week. And very first weekend of the trip, the students stay with a Japanese family. And it sort of sets the tone for the trip. Gradually, as Jonathan and Coralie, and more than that, we had more than that. And the homestay was utterly fantastic. Everything went very well. So well, in fact, that the people from Samakawa hope to return, I think, next year or the year after. But I have to tell you a great story, a little side story. We had a welcome party at Dr. Hart's farm. This is tradition in Japan. They have a little welcome party the first night. They provide a lot of, and I think it's a good possibility. But we could have people coming here, visit us, maybe having young adults come, visit W&J, and eventually perhaps coming as students. And our students, not just going during the intersession, there's nothing wrong with that, but perhaps being some fun so that in the summer, maybe they could spend a weekend or maybe a week in Samakawa visiting a family, getting to know the people. So the monies will be at the discretion of the SIEA board, how it's going to be spent. And from what I've been led to understand, it will involve a communication tie between WJ and the SIEA. So that's what I wanted to say. And they've already got 10,000. I don't know what they're doing with it. Probably throwing up here. No, they won't. Believe me. And they will get 10,000 each year for the next 4. And if I give big money, they'll get some of that. They deserve it because they're doing a good service, not only for their country, but for our country. And they're doing something that Jonathan mentioned many times on trips to students. We don't stress good and bad. We stress difference. We do things one way, other societies do things another way. That doesn't make them bad, it doesn't make us good. There are different ways to do things. And what we're stressing is accept difference, begin to understand difference. And I think the travel, the interaction will raise that level of understanding and raise the level of acceptance of difference. Without the, it has to be good, it has to be bad. If it works, maybe there's something to it. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. Without the three people that you see standing here, none of this would have come about. So whenever you have contacts in other countries, talk with them, get to know them, and perhaps in 30 years you'll be able to have the same kind of success.